Om Shanti, and good morning to all divine family. Uh, Today we are going to read this Murli, Become Ever Ready and Invoke the Final Time. So it's a beautiful Murli. Baba says, be ever ready and invoke the final time. To be ever ready means to be one who is constantly making the self full of all virtues. So we'll understand what is, what Baba wants by saying ever ready and invoking the final time. Baba says become full, okay, and complete, same as the Father. So Father is complete, same as we children also should become complete, same as Father. And Baba says three things are essential for this: light, might, and divine insights. So these are three things essential for becoming complete. And Baba also says, what happens when you have one, but not the other things. Three things. One, but not the other things. Then we are not complete. And then Baba is explaining all that, how to become complete and so on. And then says why, why is this course being revised? Because we know the course is already completed and now it's a revision that's going on. And it's Baba says we because we have not yet become complete or the practical form of it. Okay, so the course is being revised, and followed by the importance of Amrita Vela, Brahma Muhurt, all that Baba touched upon in this Murli. Okay, because that's the foundation. So without much delay, let's get started reading this Murli. And we all experience the company of Bhaktada. So 24th, 06 and 0672, become ever ready and invoke the final time. Do you consider yourself to be equal to the Father? Do you experience yourself to be close to the stage of being equal to the Father? How much difference still remains in your becoming equal to the Father? Is there a great deal of difference or a little? Everyone's aim is to become equal to the Father, and the Father's aim is for the children to become even more elevated than the Father. Okay, so Father wants his children to become more elevated than the Father. So what is it in the practical form? Have you not yet developed the power to face in the same way as the Father? The difference is number wise according to effort. Some have a little difference and some have great difference. The difference is not the same in everyone. To have 50% difference is a great deal of difference. In how much time will you finish this difference? Why is there still this difference between the Father and the children? You consider yourself to be ever ready, do you not? What does it mean to be ever ready? Those who are constantly invoke the time, those who are ever ready also keep themselves prepared while invoking the time. You now have to be prepared to face the final moments, do you not? If that time comes now, the attainment would be 50%. What would be the attainment of being equal to the Father? Hmm. To be ever ready means to be one who's constantly making the self full of all virtues for the final moments. Okay, to be ever ready means to be one who's constantly making the self full of all virtues for the final moments. You have to become full. Okay, do you not? It is sung full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees, full, and so on. The I mean, that's the praise of the deities, right? So to be ever ready means to have the full and complete stage. So you should have such a practical stage that you will only need to take one more step. How long does it take? How long does it take to take one step? There should be just this much difference. This is known as the difference of 1% or 2%. There is a vast difference between 1 or 2 and 50%. Right? In order to be ever ready and full of all virtues, the same as the Father, each one of you has received three main things. In order to be ever ready and full of all virtues, the same as the Father, each one of you has received three main things. If you have attained all of these three things, then it does not take long to become equal to the Father. What are these three things that the Father has given? Somebody said Srimad, surrender, and service. You have spoken of things you have to do, or that you consider yourself to be. But what does he give? You can do service and you can also surrender yourself. But on the basis of what? You have taken a birth. But what have you been given? What main thing does he give as an inheritance? Each one, each one gave us ideas. Although you have mentioned the significance, in order to clarify it, you are told of it in a different form. First of all, he gives light. Then he gives might. Okay, so first is light and second is might, and then thirdly, he gives divine insight. That is the third eye. If you don't have these three things, then you cannot be an intense effort maker. Okay. Okay, and become equal to the Father. So these three things are important to become intense effort maker and become equal to the Father. Light, might, and divine insight. First of all, the souls that have gone into the total darkness of ignorance need enlightenment. That is light. Okay, then together with that light, if you don't have might, you are not able to take the help of the light that you should. Okay, through the third eye, that is the divine insight that you receive, with this light and might, you can also you can know your past. With the divine insight, you can know your past, present, and future. Okay, all three aspects of time and all three lives. Only when you have attained these three things can you then claim your birthright. That is your inheritance. So first of all, he gives light, might, and then divine insight. Only through these things can you attain your birthright and also know your rights. The word right has two meanings. Okay, the word right has two meanings. One meaning is the birthright, that is an inheritance, and the other meaning is that you have received the recognition of right and wrong. The recognition of right and wrong. And that is why the Father is called the truth. That which is true or that which is right. The truth can only be recognized when you have attained all of these three things. Even if one thing is lacking, okay, even if one thing is lacking, then you are not able to move to doing something right from doing wrong. Okay. Only when you have enlightenment will you be able to move along the path and intensify the speed of your effort. Okay, only when you have enlightenment, you will be able to move along the path and intensify the speed of your effort. Just see, when there is a blackout in this old world, everyone has to slow down. They don't allow anyone to go at a fast speed because there is a fear of an accident happening. So in the same way, if you don't have full light, you cannot intensify your speed. Your speed will be very slow. Okay. As well as this, if you don't have might, then if you don't have might, then you may not be able to move along on the basis of light. Okay, if you don't have might, but because of not having might, you're not able to face the obstacles that come in front of you. Okay, this is why because your speed stopping, you're not able to face anything, and so you come to a standstill because of stopping again and again. You cannot have a fast speed, that is, you cannot make fast effort. Thirdly, divine sight, divine insight, that is the third eye. Okay, the divine eye is not open. As you move along, Maya closes it. In order to catch someone or in order to stop some upheaval, the government releases tear gas so that they shut their eyes. Okay, they are not able to see because of tear gas. They are not able to do what they want. In the same way, if the dust or gas of Maya, dust or gas of Maya falls into the third eye that you have received, then even whilst having the third eye, you are not able to see whatever you wish to see. Okay. All three things are essential. If all three things are accurately attained and you have imbibed them in the same way as the Father has given them, if you are moving along on the basis of this, then you can never perform wrong or untrue actions. You would always move in the right direction. Okay, it would be impossible to do anything wrong because you are able to know right from wrong with the third eye. Okay, right from wrong on the with the third eye. If you knew this, you would not do anything wrong. But because the dust of Maya enters, you are not able to recognize it. This is why you let go of the right and go towards wrong. So if you ever perform a wrong action or have wrong thoughts, or if untrue words emerges, then you should understand that one of the three things is missing. Okay. This is why you're not able to judge accurately. You cannot claim your full birthright until you know right from wrong. You receive a full birthright by performing right actions. If you don't perform right action, if sometimes they are right and sometimes they are wrong, then you will not receive the full birthright either. To the extent that you lack having right thoughts and performing right action, you will miss out in claiming the birthright to that same extent. To which main aspect should you pay attention so that you have all of these three attainments all of the time? Sometimes something that is very easy and that everyone can do. Something that is very easy and that everyone can do. That same easy method is being revised again and again in the revised course. Do you listen and study the revision course with attention? You don't think that you have become one who knows everything. Jani, Janan, Har. Okay. Do you? You don't consider yourself to be Jani, Janan, Har, and become slack because you think this is the revision course. Do you? Today, today you are being given a paper. Who does not miss a Murli of the revision course for even one day? Baba is asking, or or does not pay attention to your dharna. You should raise your hands. Sometimes when traveling, you miss a Murli. So do you read it and catch it up, or do you miss it? You don't think that you already know the knowledge now, do you? Although you may know it, there is still a lot more to know. Those who revise the revised course very well also feel this themselves. When going through the revised course, do you feel it is the same old things, or does it feel new? For the new ones, there will be many things that are new. But what do the older ones experience when going through the revised course again? Do you feel it to be new? Why is it being revised according to the drama? This is also fixed in the drama. Why is it being revised? When your attention is lost, or there isn't that much awareness, then it is repeatedly revised. Similarly, this is also being revised because it has not yet been put into practical form. There isn't as much power in the practical form to the extent that you listen and relate it to others. And this is why this course is being given again to make you powerful. Okay. This a revised course is being given to make the old ones powerful, and also at the same time to make the new ones powerful, and to give them their full right to. So now repeatedly revise, paying attention to fill this gap. Through the revised course, the sanskars in nature that you want to be transformed will be transformed. Acha. This was just a test paper in between, but what was Baba's first asking you? What is the easy method that is being revised in the revision course? It is to have a heart-to-heart conversation with yourself and the Father, and to give importance to Amrita Vela. As is the time, so that that time has received a blessing. As is the name, so that time has received a blessing. Whenever they perform any elevator task, then in the memorial until now, they always consider the time first. Here too, what is the best time for making effort and having easy attainment? Amrita Vela. At Amrita Vela, by filling yourself, the soul, with nectar, your action will be accordingly throughout the day. Okay. Just as the time period is elevated and the nectar is elevated. In the same way, your action and thoughts throughout the day will be elevated. Okay, but if you move along, considering this elevated time period to be ordinary, then your thoughts and actions will also be ordinary throughout the day. So you should understand that Amrit Vela is the time for laying the foundation for the whole day. Okay. If the foundation is weak or ordinary, then the structure above will automatically be likewise. Therefore, just as you always pay attention to the foundation, in the same way as the time for laying the foundation for the whole day is Amrita Vela. If you move along, understanding its importance, your action will also be according to the importance you give. Why is that time called Brahma Muhurt? Brahma Muhurt. Is it called Brahma Muhurt or Brahma Muhurt? Brahma Muhurt is right because all of you begin and establish the new day, just as Brahma does. That is also right. But what is the meaning of Brahma Muhurt? The atmosphere at that time is such that the soul can easily experience himself to be the resident of Brahma. Okay, the soul can easily experience himself to be a resident of Brahma element. At other times, you have to make effort or labor to detach yourself from the noise and the atmosphere. Okay. At other times, you have to make effort and or labor to detach yourself from the noise and the atmosphere. However, at that time, there is no need to make this effort. Just as your home of Brahm is land of peace, in the same way, there is automatic silence at Amrita Vela. Because of that silence, you are easily able to imbibe the stages of an embodiment of peace and a resident of land of peace. If you bring into your awareness at Amrita Vela the Srimad that you have received, you will then be able to have remembrance at Brahm Muhurt or Amrita Vela. For instance, those who are studying also try to do their revision in the morning so that they are able to remember it. Okay. Because you are easily able to remember at that time. The time is okay, because you are easily able to remember at that time. You have to make your awareness powerful and become a natural embodiment of remembrance. So with the help of Amrita Vela and by following Srimad, you will easily be able to make your awareness powerful. Just as you value time, do you also value this time? Or is it that you value it sometimes and not at other times? Is it that the scale pan of value is sometimes high and sometimes low? Okay, and what happens? This is a very easy method, but you just have to give that much value to this method. As is the Srimad, similarly recognize the time, and if you do everything according to the time, you can very easily attain all attainments. Then you will become free from laboring. If you wish to become free, then continue to imbibe the means you have been given for it. Acha. To those who constantly move along as lighthouses and might houses, to the children who give all souls divine insight, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Okay, let's take a minute to reflect on these interesting points, and then we can share. Now let's take a minute silence and remember Baba. Om Shanti. Now feel free to unmute yourself and share that which touched your heart and that you would like to carry for the rest of the day or in practice.
Om Shanti. There seems to be a complete revision back of the Srimad, where Baba today touches on Amrit Vela, the importance of Amrit Vela, by also giving the meaning of what does Amrit Vela and Brahma Muhurat means. And he goes to a simple example of even students who are studying in Lokik life. They've been told to study or do their revisions early morning. So ingraining the importance of Amrit Vela and taking this up for myself that today probably if I sit for 15 minutes to half an hour, it's not about the quantity, but can I really look at connecting that quality time and make myself available to what the universe and Baba has to say. And then he goes on to speak about the Murli, that's been the foundation. And he very nicely tells us, do you consider yourself to be knowing everything? Or are you open to learn every day? So learning every moment, even if the Murli has been read second time, third time, there is a nectar there to take on. So these two things are my takeaway for today.
Right. Very well said. Thank you, sister. Yeah, very nice. So we don't really feel the course is being revised, right? So it's new to us every day, something or the other nectar to drink. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else?
Om Shanti, brother. Good morning.
Om Shanti.
Baba says about light, might, and insight, which is light of knowledge, might of remembrance, and insight of past, present, and future. So all these three need to be there throughout to get success, is what I understood.
Very true.
And Baba also talked about the government's action of using tear gas to snub people in a protest. So similarly, when Maya comes, she uses this and blinds our third eye. Our compasses go hayway and we are not able to take the right direction. We should be aware of such things, is what Baba again mentions. Yes, thank you, Om Shanti.
Right.
Om Shanti. Baba has brought the attention or the value which we give to the 4 or 5 things. First is the Murli every day. Second is the dharana of always being in the soul consciousness stage. Third is to feel the novelty, the newness in even the revision course, as if Baba is having, and I, the soul, is having a heart-to-heart conversation with myself and with the Father. And fourth one is importance to Amrit Vela. Amrit Vela is like laying the foundation for the entire day and filling the soul with nectar which will determine the quality of thoughts and actions the whole day. And finally, the revision in the morning always is easy and natural. We become the natural embodiment of what we churn in the morning and what we fill in. That decides the entire day, the destiny of the day. And also Srimad, surrender and service. These three things are also very closely related. Srimad, surrender and service. If we follow the Srimad and we are surrendering intellect and sanskars and mind to Baba, then automatically service becomes natural and easy. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Ambai. Yeah, right. That Amrita Vela time, Baba says that Brahma Muhurt, right? So the word Brahma Muhurt, right? So it's easy for us to stabilize ourselves in the land of peace because the atmosphere is very peaceful, very quiet. Other times, the difference is we will have to make so much of effort to stabilize ourselves in Parandam or in the land of peace. This time help us to create that stage easily. So that's why Baba says this name Brahm Muhurt, Brahm. And Baba said Brahma Muhurt is also right. Yeah, right. Anyone else? Radhamani sister says ever ready equal to full moon. Full moon is equal to 16 celestial degrees full. Kirijaban says attention revised course and Amrita Vela. Achanak ever ready. Ever
Om
ready.
Shanti.
Yeah.
Om Shanti. The two aspects which Baba brought out in this Murli is the ever readiness of the soul and invoke the final time. Means we are the creators, we are the master creator of the time. We are invoking the time means it's a very high stage where we are invoking the final time now. That means the stage has to be ever ready, and for that the method Baba has said is the Amrit Vela, Murli,
Right.
Dharana. So, I mean, they are all contributing to this stage of ever readiness, as somebody said, Achanak Kapat. That Achanak Kapat can be, we can be victorious only when we are ever ready. In an instant, we come to the stage of soul consciousness whenever it is required. So the more we can practice during Amrit Vela, and the light, might, and insight also is helping there. You know, light is speed, might is power to face the obstacles, and the insight, divine insight, is the third eye, which tells us every thought, what is the past, present, and future, what is the outcome, and always will have right actions always. So it will give us birthright. It's a birthright of godly attainments. That will happen when we are in these three essential things, these three attainments we take every day from at Amrit Vela from Baba: light, might, and divine insight. Om
Right.
Shanti.
Yeah.
If you look at it, there are three things, three times that Baba is talking in today's Murli. He speaks about surrender, Shrimat, and service. Then he speaks about light, might, and divine insight. And then further he goes on, what are the practices to be taken is Amrit Vela, Murli, and then being consistently aware of your dharnas. So I was just reflecting that when Mumbai was sharing that there are three things, three different ways Baba is putting the message as to how to be ever ready.
Right.
Om Shanti, brother.
Om Shanti.
I think these two words for me was really made very clear during Jagdish Bai's times, Achanak and ever ready. And I've heard his wonderful classes on what is ever ready. It's a beautiful. Now the whole world, everywhere, even the Lokik souls, they know what is Achanak. Because suddenly earthquake comes, suddenly comes. Everyone is aware of Achanak. Everyone knows that the body we can leave our body even in sleep or any time. There's no fixed time for it. The word Achanak, everyone is familiar. But what is the real method of being ever ready? As beautifully as I've just put in the chat box, very small Nashtamoha Smriti Labdha. It's such a small capsule, but it's got such a deeper meaning of everready. So when I remember just 2 or 3 things which Jagdish Bhai had said for everready, when you're attentive to respond, then when you don't waste time, and in everready, nothing is wrong. So you should also be trained to see you cannot do wrong things over there because you have no time to rectify it. And you find in everything is beautiful, and you are also not worried. You're light and carefree. So when the word ever ready comes, I always remember what Jagdish Bhai had said. Om Shanti.
Right, very nice. Ever ready means we should be ready with full complete virtues, right? We have to become full and complete. So Baba often says, ever ready, are you ready? Like everybody will raise their hand. Yeah, I'm ready. But at the same time, we also have to be ready to go to the new world with all the um, virtues and qualities becoming full. Right, that's when the time will come close. That's what is invoking the final time, right?
And to add here, even the physical readiness, like what is the nature around the world, what is the atmosphere. I don't know if we have all heard, is Ramesh Bhai's class. He really gives the physical way, what would be happening in the world and what one should be physically ready. And Jagdish Bhai went or the other. But Baba gives us only 2 attention now in this particular Murli. And we in the Avyakt Murli Club should be very privileged because Baba says about the revised course. And this Murli, which we are reading today, see, when it was read, then we have reread it in some Sunday Murlis. Again, we are revising it today. And when we are revising it today, it's something new, something powerful, which we really take with us. Each one of us have our own takeaways over there. So that revised course, which Baba is saying, and of course, Baba's very powerful instrument, which we are all Amrit Vela. And as rightly said, I like that word Brahma Muhurat, because the Lokik people, they say early hours of the morning, everything is there, all are sleeping and all. But here Baba says, I am waiting for you. I am waiting only for my children over here to give. And the feeling that I am a resident of the Brahma element. I think these 2 attention, Amrit Vela and revised course, is something very thing which we have to give total attention.
Yeah. And that's when we receive, I mean, we take power from Baba, we receive blessings from Baba, right? The time for heart-to-heart conversation with Baba and laying foundation for the whole day. If Amrita Vela is not powerful, if you have not done Amrita Vela, then we feel something missed for the whole day. That whole day feels something, some emptiness, right?
Actually, Amrit Vela is the revision time where Baba is the supreme professor, is helping the souls to revise revise the knowledge and feel all the 3 attainments, light, might, and divine insight, so that the entire day the paper will also come according to the time, and then those papers we can be victorious. But if we don't know the answers, we will know the answers only when we utilize this Amrit Vela very accurately with full attention and giving utmost value to this Amrit Vela. Then we know the answers. The answers are basically the stage The soul will remain seated in the stage where the papers will be easily crossed at the elevated stage. Om Shanti.
Yeah. And the kind of experience that we get, right, during Amrita Vela, right, we may not get that same experience at other times, because the time is helping us a lot. That's why Baba says other times you'll have to labor to detach yourself from the noise and atmosphere. During Amrita Vela, this becomes easy because the atmosphere itself is very peaceful.
Yes, that's very true. Even in Lokik life, when the satellite has to be launched, they wait for a particular time when the the position of the planets, the position of the stars is conducive for the satellite to be launched. They wait for that particular moment, and then they launch the satellite. So similarly, it's about Amrit Vela. It's the perfect time when the soul easily, naturally elevates to the Paramdham and feels that Brahma element, and the become like Brahma Baba, that the soul utmost soul consciousness stage. But all this is conducive. The Amrit Vela is very rightly said. Time is very important. Otherwise, we have to do a lot of efforts. There will be so many opposite forces which will bring you down. The Amrit Vela, the forces are helping us to go elevated. Om Shanti.
Yeah, I think it's because many people are sleeping, and only those who are loving God will be up and remembering God, and so the atmosphere is very supportive, because when people are awake, right, that's when the atmosphere become little kind of spoiled, or negativity is more, then we try to stabilize, it becomes obstacle for us.
Yes, there is no noise, there's no disturbances. We are easily beyond sound. So it helps the soul to go beyond sound and go beyond matter and go to the Paramdham.
Right.
Brother, I just had not a doubt, it's just a clarification. In one of the thing when you were reading, you said that when Baba asks, what are the three things Father has given? That answer, whether it's given as Srimad, surrender, and service, it's what the people ideas given by the children, right? Because Baba didn't give service and all. Baba only gave me an alokik birth. So Srimad, yes, is what Baba gives. But surrender is what I have to return for that birth. And service is what I have to become in order to become, as Baba said, Sampanna or Sampuran. Two things. Perfection and completion is equal to ever ready. So I just want to know that surrender and service, can we say Father has given?
No, I think it was Baba asked the question, and people who were sitting before, I mean the children who were sitting before Baba gave this answer. Right? That's what I see here. Because it was...
Can we reread that part of the Murli? Just pick up that part of the Murli and read it.
One second. Just share. Okay, what are the three things that the Father has given? Srimad, surrender, and service. You have spoken of three things. This is the one, right? This is the line, right?
Yeah. So if I reflect on this question, what Father has given, what I'm getting here is Srimad has come from Shiv Baba to Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba practiced that, and he is an example of being in the stage of surrender, and he showed each one of us what it means to be unlimited service. So does this question means that what we have got from Bab Dada? So if we look at the combined Swarup, then these three things will come together from Bab Dada, Srimad, surrender, and service.
Right.
Because Brahma Baba was the complete example of a perfect soul living in the Sakar world. That's one of the reflection that I was getting. Thank you for reading that, Om Shanti.
Yes, Rakhi Ben, I agree with you. But the next line he says, you surrender yourselves. So that is why I had a doubt. But then as rightly brother said, it's in bracket. I didn't see that. So Baba saying, you surrender yourself. And on basis of that, you do service. You surrender yourself. So Srimati doesn't say that. So then I understood what he said, that it was children's reply. But Baba gives us
Right.
only light, might, and I
Light,
think
might, and
that's what I have
divine
taken. I don't
insight.
know.
Yeah.
Once when
So,
you said, I looked in, it was black. Sometimes these Murlis, when we see these three words, I just took it like that. Then I just asked Baba, yeah, example of surrender is Brahma Baba through the Srimad. Fine. But Baba is saying, you surrender yourselves, you do service. So that's why I had that small thing. How should I take it?
Correct. So because you asked, that reflection came in, and while you were sharing this, another thing is, okay, Baba is an example of this. And then Baba tells us that when you surrender and you perform service, you can achieve this complete stage.
right.
Om
So,
Shanti, someone has rightly put in the chat box, whatever is in the bracket is actually the response by the children to Baba's question. And then Baba further clarifies it. These are the three things which you have to do, follow, Srimad, surrender and service. But what Baba gives, what are the three essential things or the attainments to move towards the right manner, to move in the right direction, to ensure that we follow Srimad, surrender and service? What are those three essential things? Those are light, might and divine insight, which is a godly birthright. So we receive these three attainments: light, might, and insight, divine insight. Om Shanti.
yeah, right. All right.
Bijit Bhai,
So,
can we
yeah,
get some light on this? What is, I love the word enlightenment. I always loved it because I remember the first time I heard of it was enlightenment of Buddha under that Bodh Gaya tree. And Baba speaks of full light. Can somebody just say for me a BK? Enlightenment and full light. Is there any gap in between? Or is full light the path to enlightenment? I just wanted to know this enlightenment and full light.
somebody would like to start?
The destination is the 16 celestial degrees enlightened, complete fullness. That's what is the completeness and plus perfection, which you said ever ready. That is the complete stage, 16 celestial degree. But the path has to be always the right, and that right path the soul will take only when it receives the light, might, and insight. Light determines the speed at which the soul gets on to the destination, the aim, and the might reflects basically the power, the power to face all the odds, all the adversities which the soul will experience, the various examination, various test papers with the soul has to appear and become victorious. That is the might. Otherwise, the soul will never reach the destination. Destination is nothing but feeling completeness. And the insight, divine insight also is required, because at times the soul will, think, am I right? Am I, what is the outcome? So we should know the three phases of time. Who was I in the past, as per the Baba, and what am I doing present, and what is my future form, complete form. So these three are the tools to attain the full enlightenment in the right manner. Om Shanti.
Thank you, brother. I know this requires a deep churning. I had this doubt because even Arjuna, he got enlightened after seeing the full Vishwarupam. So for him, that was full light. And with that, he got enlightenment. Buddha also had his own form of full light and enlightenment. So for me, Girija as a Brahmin, I want that enlightenment which Baba is saying. So that is why I just want to know light. I always see these people, they say, we have attained. So I would that two words I just wanted. Thank you, Brother.
Yeah, enlightenment, we can also say like I've realized, or I reached whom I've been looking for, and then the path I choose towards the journey to become full, right? Just like Ompai said, the full moon and the half moon becoming towards uh, becoming full, right? Initially it is small, and then day by day it grows and become full. When it is full, that's when it's complete enlightenment. Okay, all right. So in the interest of time, let's move on to meditation. So I think, yeah, we have an announcement. I'll just share that. Yeah, so there is a small announcement about tomorrow's session. As you all know, tomorrow we have a special class on topic Sail in Silence. It will be conducted by BK Girish Baiji. I know most of you should know him already, as he is a senior Rajyoga teacher, motivational speaker, corporate trainer, and so on. He has a unique style of taking sessions, as you all might have noticed. And you can find his classes as there in YouTube channel, many classes. This flyer is available. I guess it is available in WhatsApp. If not, it will be available soon. So feel free to share it with other BKs, in your contacts who you think would be interested to attend the session. So with that, let's move on to meditation. Take 1 second to come out of this corporeal body and find yourself with a subtle body, a body that is made up of light. And now stabilize yourself on top of the globe. A divine Farista standing in the air, facing towards the globe. Looking at this world with your powerful divine sight. Who am I? I'm a Farista, lighthouse and lighthouse. Spreading light and might to the all souls in this planet. Stabilize yourself in this stage for a few more moments. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Pajit Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet tomorrow for this power-packed class in the morning at 5 a.m. Om Shanti.